4 minutes after 10 o'clock. Matt Gibbs is in the studio from Sunrise Auto and Sunrise Automotive. Sorry.
Hey, Matt. I know Sunrise Automotive.
Stop it. Crossroad Auto Sales. Hey, Matt.
Hey, Larry. Hey, Dan.
Hey, and Robin, we owe Philip a pound cake. We promised him a pound cake for taking the screw out of my tire. So, good morning, Matt.
Morning.
You know about that? About the pound cake promise?
I didn't know about the pound cake.
Yeah.
He does like pound cake.
So
Philip's a very healthy eater. So
is pound cake healthy?
Huh?
Is pound cake healthy?
No, that's his.
That's his one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we got a recipe from Martha Stewart, so we just have to do it.
Okay.
From Martha Stewart.
Hey,
guess what I learned on my trip?
Okay.
Okay, listen to this. This is car related.
Okay.
I parked my car. Remember I told you I was going to do this?
Yeah.
In the airport parking lot.
Yeah.
So every day I was getting a message that said SunPass took money out of your account. And I thought, what? I'm not driving anywhere. I thought somebody stole my car or they stole my transponder. They literally take the money out while you're parked in there for every day.
Yeah.
Oh, my. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So now I know. Because my plan was to have the cash, and when I left the parking lot after the trip, pay for the whole thing. But no, they take it every day. Once a day, they take it, like 1 o'clock in the morning or something.
Yeah, they're going to get their money. They're going to get their money.
How do they do that? I mean, did they have an actual something in the garage itself that reads all the transponders?
They probably do. Yeah. Oh, see, that's why we fly out of Sanford.
Why?
Well, because Joey's paralyzed. Because that's his airport. So everywhere he goes from out of Sanford. And, and they don't charge for parking.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Really?
Yeah. And then the airport he flies out of Bloomington, Illinois, they don't charge him at all for parking, and his car can sit there for however long.
So we had a topic this morning that I wanted to bring up to you. There was a lady in Nebraska, I think it was. Oh, here it is. And she had tips on how to save money so you have more money in your Christmas spending budget. Last year she had $400. This year she got $3,000.
Oh.
Because last year she said, okay, I'm not going to have only $400 ever again. So she started cutting corners. She got rid of her cable is one example. She stopped buying brand name things. That was another example. And one of them was car related. She says she no longer pays to have, where is it here? She said keep your tires properly inflated. She actually saved money. She figured on gasoline. I don't know how she figured it. But there was the other one. Unnecessary. Paying someone else for simple car repairs. That was it. Paying someone else for simple car repairs. I wanted to ask you about that. Is there such a thing as something I could do myself? Other than maybe vacuuming the car? I can't think of something that I would do. I feel like I would mess it up. Even changing the oil nowadays seems like it's more cost effective to just have you do it.
I mean, I can think of 1,000 simple things.
Because you know how to do these things.
Exactly. That's what I've said on this show a million times. It's like people call me every day, all the time.
And ask you how to do stuff?
Well, they might ask me how to do something, or they'll ask me, is this hard to do? Well, I don't know if it's hard for you to do.
All right, an example she gives in the article is changing a headlight.
Okay.
Well, first of all, how much money do you save doing that, especially since you probably don't change them very often? What, once a year maybe, if that?
I mean, it's a bulb, so you know what I'm saying? It's like, think about a bulb in your house.
Yeah, but it's hard to get to.
That's the thing. Some of these headlights I don't even want to do them. I mean, serious. I mean, not just headlights, but sometimes a headlight is easier to do than a brake light bulb in some of these cars, or a front tail light, where you have to take the whole front bumper cover off. And we're going to just talk to this person later. You know what I'm saying? It's.
So, but she didn't really elaborate a whole lot other than the headlight. Okay. And I thought, well, how often do you change a headlight? They last a long time.
They do. I mean, they last for as long as they last, and then it's time to replace it. And some if it's the low beam headlight, may be way easier to do than a high beam headlight. because of what's in front of that thing. What do you have to do to get to that bulb? That's the $64,000 question. And there's people out there that have the ability to do that, and then there's people out there that don't have the ability to do that.
See, because I feel like if I tried to follow her advice on that one thing, now maybe I can skip the Hellmann's and go for the Blue Plate mayonnaise, or something. But I mean, as far as following her advice, she's obviously, or maybe she's got a husband who is skilled at car stuff, but I'm not, and I think I might cost myself more money by doing it myself.
And that is what happens a lot. Now, for those that are successful at it, I don't see those folks. You know what I'm saying? If somebody is putting the water pump on their car and they go to their AutoZone and buy their water pump and they go home and they put it on there, and I never see them because it was a success.
Right, yeah.
I get to see all the unsuccessful attempts at repairing your car,
Well, let me ask you about the oil change, though. Not the change itself, but the oil filter.
Okay.
Because I remember a friend who put on his oil filter and cross-threaded it or something, and there was oil everywhere. It was just leaking everywhere. So is that easy to make a mistake on? It looks like an easy thing to do.
It isn't. It's an easy thing for us to do, to be honest. It's easy to change somebody's oil, but it's very easy to make a mistake, too.
With the filter?
With the filter, with the drain plug.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, people, I don't know why, but, they'll go in there and pull the drain plug out of the oil pan and drain the oil out. They put it back in, and it's like they tighten the thing so stinking tight that the next time you got to change the oil, you strip out the bolt. You don't have to make it that tight. You make it snug, you just snug it down.
See, that's a mistake I easily could make.
And oil filters, some of, like a lot of the Toyotas and stuff, you have to have a special tool to change the oil filter. So if you don't have that special tool to change the oil filter, that simple job is a difficult job. Because if you don't have the right tool to do the job, that makes things a whole lot more difficult.
We do have a phone call. Let's take that call. Good morning. You're on there with Matt.
Yes, good morning, guys. Say, Matt, I got a quick question since you're talking about oil. I've got some extra leftover Mobil 1 oil that I used, and I got some in the garage there, and I'm servicing my lawnmower. Can I use that in my lawnmower, would you think?
They strongly recommend not to. You got to understand, a lawnmower engine is not built the same way a car engine is built, so they recommend that you do not use a synthetic oil, that you do not even use a detergent oil, that you use just a straight up 30 weight conventional motor oil. And I'm the one, I believe that these guys that develop and manufacture and do all the research and development, if they're saying that a non-synthetic, non-detergent conventional oil is the best for this engine, then that's what I would put in it.
Okay, well, I'll go right back to my lawnmower oil that I've got.
There you go. Straight 30 weight, non-detergent.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, buddy.
All right, I have a question for you, because a couple of years ago, you had a great Christmas gift to recommend, and it was that little box that you can jumpstart your car with.
Yeah.
Do you have them this year?
No.
Oh, man.
I don't. I can get them, but and here's the problem with them. And it, like I've always said on this show too, I like to experiment with things.
Right.
If you use those little jump boxes the way that they are designed to be used, they work awesome. Okay? Because there's so much power in that little bitty box. And the way that those things charge, when you charge them up, they charge very, very slow. They're like a 1 amp charge. They're very, very minimal power, amps or power of electricity.
Okay.
And there's just a minimal amount of power going into that little battery that.
So in other words, you have to charge it up overnight or over a few days?
Yes, and charging it is not the issue, because you got a charger, you plug it into the wall, you plug it into your device, and you charge it up, just like you do all your other devices. But here's the problem that I have found is that people don't use the actual tool correctly.
Oh, okay.
And what will happen is they'll crank up jump start their car, and they sit there and talk and wait and whatever they got to do with that thing still connected on and with the engine running. Once that engine runs, and let's say you have a 130 amp alternator on your car.
Right.
Now this thing is charging, when you plug it in with the charger, it charges at 1 amp. 1 amp per however amount of time or whatever. But as soon as that car starts, well, that alternator is capable of putting out, let's say, 130 amps.
Okay.
Okay, so you're smoking this little tool. It's getting hot quick. You got to jump it off, take it off. And so people have had issues with them. And there's like a fuse. That'd be the easiest way to explain it. There's like a fuse inside the cables on these little jump boxes that are designed to absorb some of that power when the car first starts up. But it can't take that for any length of time.
Okay. Right.
And so what I have found is people are calling up and saying, and you talk to them and ask them how did they do it, and if you read the instructions, it's all self-explanatory, and so the company that I was actually buying these from, they have diverted and they're going into some other battery type technologies, and they discontinued the jump box. They're still out there. They're still available. They're relatively pretty cheap now. And you can go to any parts house and buy one, and buy a good one. Just please, if you buy one of those little boxes,
don't leave it connected.
Use it the way it's designed to be used.
Okay, now let me ask you a question about that, because I always heard that when you're jumping from another car, you should stay connected a little while.
That's fine.
That's different, though.
That's different, because that your battery, you're going straight from. You're using their car as your battery, is basically what you're doing. So that can accept 130 amps, and it can continue to run. Matter of fact, it'll help charge it up a little bit quicker, and that's why I am opposed to leaving it on there and letting it run for a while.
With two cars.
Okay. I don't know how many of our listeners have ever seen a battery explode. Or seen what a exploding battery can do.
I've seen a guy's face who got a battery
blowed off.
Yeah. Well, not blowed off, but his was just covered with, just totally red from the
acid.
Right.
Yeah, but I've seen a guy. I saw a guy that looks like Dan. But
he didn't hear you.
But I saw a guy really get hurt. I've seen two people get really get hurt from a battery.
So is there any telltale sign that a battery is going to explode, so we know to get out of the way?
Well, I mean, if you go out there and your battery's cranking, or your car's cranking slower, if you have a sulfated battery, you can smell like that.
Yeah.
You smell that sulfur smell.
Yeah.
After you've been driving for a while, you might want to have your battery checked. It is a hydrogen bomb that's underneath the hood of your car, that if it shorts out or whatever, you can have a problem. I've never seen one just explode without you did something to it, like
a spark.
Well, not necessarily a spark. I'll give you, for instance, I had a battery blow up on me. And it was on a Cadillac, and there was a module, a fan control module, that was attached to the battery tray, to the box where the battery sits in. And in order to change that module, you had to take the battery out of the car, take the module out, put the module in, and then put the battery. Just by taking the battery out of the car and putting the battery in, when I connected all the battery cable and went and hit the starter.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, but you were in the car.
I was in the car.
You were protected.
Yeah. So thank God I was not.
Oh my gosh.
So ever since that day,
it scared you.
Oh, it made me realize what could happen.
Yeah.
So once you see what could happen, I've never put a battery in a car the same way again.
What do you do differently?
I close the hood and I'll put a battery in it. I'll close the hood. I'll start the car up. Once the car's running, I'll open the hood back up and then do my checks.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right, let's get to another phone call. Good morning. Thank you for calling. You're on the air with Matt.
Yeah, good morning, sir. One of brutal realities of the southern United States is it boils out batteries. I don't care if your battery says it's a 5-year battery or a 6-year battery. Every day after the 3rd year, you're on borrowed time.
That's right.
Yeah, so basically change them every 3 years, even if it's a 5-year battery.
Ah, okay. So that means I need to change my battery.
Have a good day.
Yeah,
you too.
Thank you. So I'll be over to your place.
Well, what we can do, I understand what he's saying there. As a shop owner and a person that is concerned about our customers, what I would much rather do is I have a piece of equipment that I can check the health of a battery.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I hook it up to this machine and we load test it and we draw test it and we check amperage outputs and alternator outputs the starter sucks power out, the alternator puts power out. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I have a tool and I can check the health of a battery. So, and if it's marginal, I'll tell the folks, hey, this battery's marginal, and it's probably time to go ahead and put a new battery in. But if the battery gives me a good health certificate, because when it prints out the little thing, it'll give me it gives me a little pass fail kind of, this is good or time to replace. So this way you're not just spending money, because batteries are getting expensive.
Batteries are expensive.
Yeah,
like the over $100 now, right?
Yeah, well, for just the common type batteries are over $100 because the price of lead is up so high.
Wow.
And a lot of these newer cars today, they're coming out with completely new dry cell. I mean, they're coming out with all kinds of new battery technology in our cars now. So the prices. We bought a battery yesterday for a car, and that battery cost me almost $300.
Oh gosh!
For a battery.
Wow, that's crazy. We did a lot of Uber in New York, by the way.
Did you?
I loved it. I love Uber. All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be right back with Matt. The number, if you want to call in, is 622-WOCA. We'll be right back.
Hey, make this the year you get a real live Christmas tree for your family. And the place is Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. Bob has those gorgeous, living, potted, sheared to perfection trees, robin blue cedar and Carolina blue sapphire, starting at just $29.99. And larger ones all the way up to 7 feet tall and more for just $149.99. How about giving a citrus tree? Bob has them, lemon and lime trees, starting at just $19.99. Gift certificates? What a deal. When you buy Bob Wine's gift certificates, you get up to $60 in gifts for yourself. Check out those camellias too, some as low as $9.99. Come see what's new for this holiday season at this huge 5-acre garden place that helps you celebrate Christmas in style for more than 65 years. Bob Wine's, Southeast 38th Street, daily till 4, Saturdays till 2. We'll see you there.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
Is that couch cushion sinking lower every time you sit in it? Does your boat look better with the cover on? Has your car's interior seen its better days? Stop using a towel to cover up those rips in the golf cart. Isn't it about time you had it restored to better than new with a custom upholstery from Captain T? Captain T's Upholstery has been right here in Ocala for nearly 20 years, so they know how to make your ride one of a kind. Whether you want to take that classic ride back to a factory look or put your favorite sports team front and center, Captain T's Upholstery is who to call. 352-369-1810. That's 352-369-1810. Or stop by their location, 5030 South Pine Avenue in Ocala, just past the drive-in. And of course, don't forget to visit them on the web, CaptainTUpholstery.com.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater. I'd like to invite you to stop by and see our new boutique area and meet our staff of professional stylists. Here at Hello Gorgeous, we are ready to update your look with the latest trends. And with summer here, it's the perfect time to brighten up your look. So make your appointment now for those highlights and Brazilian blowout. But don't stop there. We are a full-service salon offering manicures, pedicures, and facials also. So if you've been searching for a salon to call your own, come and see us at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located at 48 South Magnolia Avenue in downtown Ocala, right next to the Marian Theater. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358.
Hello, gorgeous.
All right, 24 minutes after 10 o'clock. Matt Gibbs is here from Sunrise Automotive and Crossroad Auto Sales. Have you ever had somebody come to buy a car as a gift for somebody?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, really?
Well, a lot of parents are buying cars for children.
I would think so, yeah. And do they get a ribbon? Do you sell ribbons?
No.
You don't sell ribbons? Big ribbons to put on the car?
No.
A big bow?
No.
You know, on another note, I mean, when you give somebody, a young person who's just driving for the first time, whatever, money, that they can spend at the mall or anywhere they want to, that's a nice thing. But if you give them a gift certificate, I'm trying to do a little ad for you, but I think this is actually serving people. When you give a gift certificate from a garage, like your garage, they can't spend it anywhere except for the garage. So if they use it for maintenance, good, their car will be maintained. If they have a repair, well, at least they got the money to get it repaired. Sometimes they're like, oh my gosh, my car's broken. What do I do?
We get a lot of folks that will get gift certificates, especially during holidays, birthdays, whatever. And because we do so much stuff, like, if you need your car detailed, if you need your windows tinted, if you need a stereo, it just doesn't matter. If it goes on a car or around a car or in a car, we have peoples. I don't necessarily say that we do everything at Sunrise Automotive, but we have so many relationships with so many different companies that we can get anything done.
Yeah.
So even like someone will come in and buy a gift certificate, and then they'll come in and say, I want my windows tinted. Okay, we can get your windows tinted.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how many people forget to go to, like, Sunrise to get a gift certificate, but that's a really great idea for a gift. And, did you have a Black Friday sale?
No, we weren't there on Black Friday. It's the only time during the year. We're kind of like the bank. A bank can't be closed more than 2 days, but this is the only time in the whole entire year that we are closed on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Oh my gosh!
And it gives everybody,
sure,
it gives all my guys and everybody a chance. It's kind of like a little mini vacation kind of thing, But other than that,
so what is it? Is it it's not a magnetic strip gift card, right? It's a gift certificate, right?
It's a gift certificate. Matter of fact, Dan here at the radio station formulated them for me.
Designed them, yeah.
He designed them.
Yeah, I saw them, but I wasn't sure because a few years ago you had a card.
Yeah, we had a gift card, and unfortunately, the merchant services that we were using at the time, we could put in a dollar amount and all that stuff, but since we've changed over those gifts, we would write it on the gift card. But these are actually stamped by the nice folks here at WOCA to help, because we actually had some problems with gift cards in the past where people were kind of scamming me a little bit. So
really?
Yeah. So this way, if this doesn't have the seal,
this is like your own currency.
Yeah,
like Sunrise currency.
Yeah, it's Sunrise currency. Yeah.
Do you know I told the story of hitting the cow a few times?
Yeah.
And in order to tell the story, I have to tell my dream.
Right.
And in my dream, I don't want to bore everybody with the story again, but I'm asking my son, what is this? What is with my car? And he's like, bought you a new car. In reality, my son didn't buy me a car, but I got my car from Sunrise.
That's right. That's right.
I shared that story a lot during my trip. Yeah, I met with cousins up there and family that I hadn't seen in a long time. So, and I did. I was hoping that the car. I don't know if it's unusual for a car not to be able to start after sitting in a garage for a week, but I was so glad it started.
there are things, and that's where going back to what that caller when he was talking about battery. After 3 years, you're on borrowed time.
Yeah.
That's where checking the health of your battery really comes into play.
Oh, okay.
If that battery is marginal, it may not have started.
So my battery must be 2 years old then, because it was 2 years ago that we went to Chattanooga, and that's when I got a new battery from you. Do you remember that? Yeah, because that was when I did the test drive.
And a lot of the batteries, like the batteries that we use, we get their AutoZone. It's called a professional series. It's more for the commercial side. But the nice thing I like about the battery is it comes with a 2-year automatic free replacement. There's no, it's just everything is free. So if there is an issue, and you are in Tennessee,
right,
and you were in with that battery, and something happened, you could go to any AutoZone, they'll replace it for you, put another one in, and they'll install it and everything for free. So and I like buying things and that if something were to happen,
sure, yeah,
there's a way for us to solve this problem even if you're away from home.
So if I can make a recommendation, go to Sunrise Automotive and get some gift certificates for the people on your gift list or for yourself, and that way it's money kind of in the bank for car purposes only. Also, if you want to buy a car for somebody, including yourself, Crossroad Auto Sales, they're both at the same place, 1800 Northwest 10th Street. Say hi to Matt and Philip and everybody else over there. And thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Larry.
We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source. On this episode of What Not to Do, brought to you by
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
Why is there a helicopter in the yard?
Never mind that. We have bigger issues.
Really? Bigger than a helicopter?
Your parents are going to be here for the big dinner, and the garbage disposal is making some crazy noise, and it wasn't Christmas music.
Well, maybe you should have thought about that before you tried shoving an entire sack of potatoes down the disposal.
It wasn't the entire sack, just most of it.
Now's not the time for more jokes, Mr. Funny Man.
Well, I did try to fix it, but...
Do you have to do this every holiday?
No, I did skip Easter.
What did we agree the rules are?
No more circus animals in the house.
No, not that one.
Oh, if water runs through it, call Mike Scott Plumbing.
Because they don't charge extra for nights, weekends, or holidays. So put down the blowtorch and pick up the phone.
Yes, dear. 866-314-4443.
And why is there a helicopter in the yard?
Oh, that? Black Friday sale.
Happy holidays from all of us here at Mike Scott Plumbing.
Here is your 30-second news brief. A proposal in Tallahassee would impose 8-year term limits on county school